Many English learners say that prepositions are the hardest part of grammar to master. In fact, a study found that almost 65% of English learners make mistakes with prepositions even after years of practice. This shows how tricky these small words can be. But the good news is that you can learn them easily with the right examples. Today, we will explore real-life examples that make prepositions simple. Get ready to understand and use them like a native speaker. Prepositions are small words, but they are very important in English. They help show the relationship between people, places, and things. Using them correctly can make your English sound more natural and clear. Many learners find prepositions confusing because they change meaning in different sentences. The best way to master them is to see them used in real life. Let us now learn prepositions with many simple and real examples. First, let's talk about the preposition in. We use in when something is inside something else. For example, the keys are in the drawer, or I live in New York. It can also be used for months and years, like in January or in 2025. We also say in the morning or in the evening when talking about parts of the day. In helps us show a location, time, or a situation. Next is on, which is also used very often in daily English. On is used when something is on a surface, like the book is on the table. We use on for days and dates too, for example, on Monday or on my birthday. It can also show being attached to something, like the picture is on the wall. Another use is for transportation, like on a bus or on a plane. On helps us explain surfaces, days, and transport. At is another small word with a big role. We use at for specific places and specific times. For example, I am at the door, or she is at the station. We also say at 5 p.m. to tell the time. It shows a point, like at the corner of the street. At can show events too, like at the party. It is sharp and direct in its meaning. The preposition by can show many ideas like near, method, or who did something. For example, sit by me means sit near me. We also say I traveled by car to show how we traveled. By can show the doer, like the book was written by her. It is useful for saying closeness, methods, and creators. By makes English sound smoother. Another important preposition is with, and it shows having something or being together. You can say, I am with my friends, or he cut the paper with scissors. With is also used to show features, like a cake with chocolate. It helps describe what is included or who is present. With makes sentences richer and more complete. It is used in many daily talks. About is used when we want to talk regarding a topic. For example, we are talking about the movie, or I read a book about history. About helps connect the subject and the information. It shows that the topic is not exact but connected. Tell me about your trip is another common way we use it. About helps keep conversations flowing naturally. The word over can show movement or position above something. For example, the plane is flying over the city, or he put the jacket over the chair. Over also means more than, like over 100 people came. It can mean a period, like over the weekend. Over brings action and movement into our sentences. It is full of energy and motion. Under is the opposite of over and means below something. For example, the ball is under the table, or the cat is hiding under the bed. It shows a lower position clearly. Sometimes it can also mean something is controlled, like under the rule of law. It is simple but very strong in meaning. Under helps show location or control easily. Between is used when something is in the middle of two things. For example, the coffee shop is between the bank and the supermarket. It shows location clearly when 2 points are involved. We can also say, share the candy between you two. It helps show equal sharing or location. Between is a very useful word for daily situations. Among is similar to between, but it is used for more than two things. For example, she was sitting among her friends, or there is a hidden gem among the trees. It shows being part of a group. Among creates a feeling of being surrounded by many. We often use it when talking about people, things, or ideas. It brings a group feeling into English. Across is another lively preposition showing movement from one side to another. For example, he ran across the street, or there is a bridge across the river. It can also mean in many places, like news spread across the country. Across adds a sense of crossing or spreading. It often shows movement or wide reach. It is very powerful in daily talk. Through shows movement inside something from one side to another. For example, we walk through the park, or light comes through the window. It suggests a passage or a journey. Through also shows completing something, like I went through a hard time. It carries a deep feeling of movement or experience. Through adds story to English. Into shows movement towards the inside of something. For example, she walked into the room, or he put the coins into his pocket. It always shows entering a space. Into is not just about location, it is also about action. It brings the sense of change or movement. Using into makes actions more vivid and real in English. Onto shows movement toward a surface. For example, he jumped onto the bed, or she threw her bag onto the couch. It shows movement in a new position. Onto adds excitement and direction. It is different from on, which only shows location, not movement. Onto is full of life and action in a sentence. Out of shows movement from inside to outside. For example, the cat jumped out of the box, or he got out of the car. It shows leaving or exiting clearly. Out of is used in many real-life situations. It can also show a lack, like out of money. Out of is practical and important for conversations. Along is used to show movement in a line, often beside something. For example, we walked along the beach, or cars are parked along the road. It suggests following a path or a line. Along is gentle and natural in English. It helps create a feeling of direction and movement. It is often used when telling stories about travel. Around shows movement in a circle or nearby. For example, the earth moves around the sun, or there are many shops around the square. It can also mean without a clear plan, like walking around the city. Around adds a feeling of freedom and movement. It is often used to describe places and locations. Around makes English sound lively. Upon is a formal version of on and shows movement to a surface or an important event. For example, the night fell upon his enemy, or upon hearing the news she cried. It sounds old-fashioned, but is still used in writing. Upon brings weight and importance to actions. It makes English sound more serious. Upon gives stories a classic feeling. Off shows movement away from a surface. For example, he jumped off the wall, or take your shoes off the bed. It shows separation or removal clearly. Off can also show starting a journey, like we are off to London. It has a feeling of change or departure. Off makes sentences quick and full of movement. Beside means next to or by the side of something. For example, she sat beside me, or the phone is beside the lamp. It shows a position clearly. Beside is about closeness without touching. It adds detail to the description of places. Beside makes it easy to describe where things are. It is a helpful word in conversations. Beyond shows something farther away or outside limits. For example, the river is beyond the hills, or this is beyond my understanding. It means something outside reach or past a point. Beyond is deep and sometimes poetic. It is often used to show distance or limit. Beyond makes English sound thoughtful and strong. Inside clearly means within something. For example, the gift is inside the box, or stay inside the house during the storm. It shows being completely within a space. Inside is safe and closed. It gives a feeling of protection or privacy. Inside is used daily in many situations. It is easy to understand and use. Outside means not within something. For example, the kids are playing outside, or There is a bench outside the house. It shows being in the open air or not enclosed. Outside brings a feeling of freedom. It can also mean external, like outside help. Outside is a fresh and simple preposition. Before shows something happening earlier in time. For example, brush your teeth before bed, or we met before the meeting. It helps organize time clearly. Before is about what comes first. It keeps events in order. Before is used often in daily life, especially when planning. After shows something happening later in time. For example, we went out after dinner, or call me after work. It is the opposite of before. After helps place events in order. It shows a flow of time easily. After is important when telling stories or giving instructions. Since shows a starting point in the past continuing to now. For example, I have lived here since 2010, or she has been sleeping since noon. It connects the past with the present. Since is about duration. It is often used with perfect tenses. Since helps talk about long periods. Until or till shows something happening up to a point in time. For example, wait until I come, or we stay till midnight. It shows the limit of time. Until and till can be used interchangeably. They are simple and clear. Until helps talk about patience and limits. Without shows the absence of something. For example, I can't live without music, or he left without saying goodbye. It shows something missing. Without makes the meaning clear and strong. It is about what is not there. Without adds emotional depth to sentences. Within shows something inside a limit, either of place or time. For example, complete the task within 2 days, or stay within the park. It shows boundaries clearly. Within is about control and order. It sounds careful and polite. Within keeps things neat and clear. Amongst is another way of saying among, but it sounds more formal. For example, he was hidden amongst the crowd, or she found peace amongst nature. It gives an old or poetic feeling. Amongst is not used often in daily talk. It adds beauty and formality to sentences. Learning prepositions is a long journey, but seeing them in real-life examples helps a lot. Practice by noticing how people use them in conversations and writing. You can listen to songs, watch movies, or read short stories. Try making your own sentences too. Mistakes will happen, but they are part of learning. Keep practicing and you will master them soon. Prepositions may seem small, but they are a big part of speaking English well. With real examples and regular practice, you can use them easily and naturally. Remember, even native speakers learn them by listening and using them every day. Do not worry if you make mistakes at first, because practice will make you better. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep learning. Soon you will master English prepositions with confidence. Thank you so much for watching this video and learning with me today. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful for your English journey. If you like this lesson, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more easy English lessons. You can also leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next video.